Right, I'm going to go with this angle when I get this a bit better.
And we're investigating Chris's house.
Ooh.
Because, can I tell them why?
Yeah, absolutely, tell them yeah.
It's the last time we're going to do this investigation here because Chris is moving house. So we thought we'd make the most of it and let the house be possessed for the next person.
Yeah, exactly. The whole experiment was to see if we could do Ouija boards in a home and see if things would improve on an activity level. And I can say, from the twice we've done it, absolutely nothing.
No.
I just don't. Now, do we think that's a belief thing? Do we think that that's because of my psychology that it means nothing to me? Or would you say doing a Ouija board in the house doesn't make it an open doorway?
I think it's based on fear.
Yeah.
So if someone does a Ouija board in a house and they're petrified and they believe that it can attract X, Y and Z, then they're giving out energy for it to feed off, and if it's fear, it's negative energy, so...
Does that flash?
Yeah.
I think even if it's just fear whether it does or not, your own mind will say it does,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, you might be hyper vigilant afterwards and think.
Yeah, it's not like everything's...
Everything's gonna
Yeah.
be 10 times worse, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
But I'm not like shut off to spiritual stuff. It's the case that I think if something weird happened,
Yeah,
I
because you
wouldn't
have said
push
in
it
the
off.
past that you have had things happen here,
yes,
kind of thing. So
yeah, it's not that things don't
you're just
happen
saying
yet.
it hasn't heightened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't even shown its face, really.
No.
I don't think I've done a walk around the house saying do that again,
Yeah.
you know, which I tend to do.
Yeah.
Which you had done, you know, if you think a couple of years back.
Yes, oh, there's
There's
things, yeah.
toys and things.
Yeah, rush
Going up
upstairs
there,
and yeah, absolutely. And Jacob got thrust on the
Yeah.
head
Yeah.
when he was denouncing
Yeah.
spirits.
Wow.
But since that, nothing.
Buzz Lightyear started talking to you.
Did,
didn't
yes. Yeah, which is not something you want.
No,
There's something so creepy about it. So we have, equipment-wise, well, I'll say first, there are two streams. And hopefully our equipment, I would say, is away from them enough.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, since going live, you know,
Well, that
getting
had changed
protection,
since you turned out one, hasn't
No.
it? So that we're doing that beforehand.
no.
It's just like the baseline, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have two ghosts now, because I ordered another one thinking it was broken, and it wasn't. Which is a result, really,
Yeah.
because I do like a ghost. So there's one behind Lucy, there's one behind Meg, and this K2, you know, EMF. If I put it close enough to the camera, it would light up. But as you can see, mobile phone checks, are we all secluded?
No, mine's over there.
Are you alright to off it? Or?
Yeah.
I'll do it, I can get in it. What do you want me to do?
I'll just check the signal.
What needs doing to your phone? Airplane mode.
Airplane.
Well, welcome, Lucy.
Top right, there should be a little green dot.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I can see it.
Perfect.
Oh, God.
Hi everyone, could you just comment if the signal's good so Chris can see? That just flashed him.
Hello, guys. Good. Oh, good. Thank you. Right. Yeah. So if you've watched the ones before, you know that we'll do Ouija board mostly. If anyone starts saying this in the Ouija board, they don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Right. So
Never roll the sleeves up then. No.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
we have got the SP7 to try the little EVP session, but I would like to do later Estes method with somebody upstairs with headphones on, listening to necrophonic. I mean, completely out of the way. And the way that we'll hear that and the stream will hear that is that I'll use the baby monitors. So the person upstairs won't hear us, and yet we'll hear their responses as we ask questions out. So,
Good idea.
we had spirits here before. Nina for one. Supposedly a spirit guardian that keeps flashing now. that spirit guardian we had talking about how the pyramids were built. Torch is on again. Is that on your? Yeah, that's on your
Yeah, you
stream.
can see it, yeah.
Maybe that was Guardian. I heard you talking about it.
That ghost behind us is going a bit higher now for whatever reason. So, is that you turning the torch on? There's a cat ball as well next to and beneath. There's also one behind me. So the 3 little balls that you could activate. But the torch again would be nice, so give us a blip on that crackly noise you can hear. That.
Three.
Yeah. During our protection it seemed to rise. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I do hope we can talk to whoever's here in an understood way, because a lot of times things can be tricky. Is there anything else you can do while you've got this energy? Lucy, can you just remind me what your green lights do?
Yeah, so this one on top of the sofa is from a guy who used a lot of different like measuring equipment on paranormal investigations and found a trend in the atmospheric pressure when paranormal activity was happening.
Alright.
So that will go off if it notices a similar change in the atmospheric pressure in this room.
Is that like humidity?
It's a number of things, so it's like humidity, temperature, air pressure.
Pressure, right.
Yeah. So when it's green, it's taken its reading of the room and it's the same.
Level.
That one is simpler. It's a temperature sensor. It only measures the temperature within a centimetre of it, and it scans.
Just keeps going up.
Does it?
Yeah, whilst you're talking.
And it scans like scans I think 6 times a second.
Alright.
And if the temperature rises significantly, so by significantly that's 2 degrees.
Yeah.
If it goes blue, it's a cold,
Cold.
and it'll stay blue for as long as it has that temperature around it, or it'll go red if it drops by 2.
Right.
So the other night when I was doing an investigation, it went red and then blue, so that's 4 degrees. And I was like, and on command as well. So yeah, so that's the top one: temperature, atmospheric pressure.
Well, we'll see if anything wants to.
Does something just flash? Torch just flash.
Did it?
Did it?
I saw it in reflection of the TV. Well, hello spirits.
I guess we should go to the boss straight
Yeah.
away and see if they want to talk. Right, fingers on. Spirits, I'm opening this board up with respect, and we welcome you to talk to us tonight. This is a final farewell, really, from this house, this location. I'd love to say goodbye to anyone in this house, the spirits we've spoke to before, any spirit helpers or friends of ours, we'd love to talk to you, and anyone who just comes from far away, you're quite welcome. Thank you. I O G Q. That's F and G. I didn't make anything of that out. Ooh. Sorry if that's frustrating you. I hope
P.
you are trying. P. E. Nothing on the K2. T. Pet. E. Ah, Peter.
I don't think we've met a Peter before, have we?
I don't think so. Unless I'm wrong. Peter, yes, you said. Thanks so much, Peter, for coming through. Can you move back to the middle of the board, please, when you've done? rather than resting on the last thing you go to. Thanks, Peter. So, are you from around this area? Yes. Can you tell me where from? Can you try and use your energy to flash? Where are you from, Peter? Without me saying it. See? O J L C-O-J-L. There's a good flash of energy during that. Peter, is it difficult to do this? What letter is that, Peter? Look. P. E. T. E. Pete.
Oh, you want us to call you Pete?
Yes, okay, Pete. Okay. S. E. P. S. S-E-P-S. Seps. I. S. Sepsis.
Okay.
Now, did you have sepsis? Okay. And are you telling us you died from that? Yes. That's some sort of poisoning, blood poisoning, yeah. It's what I was in danger of with the gangrene appendix thing. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Peter, but surely you're alright now? Yeah. What age did that earthly body get to? 4. 2. That's got warm over there.
Yeah.
42.
It's still warm.
Oh yeah, it's holding it. Right, that's what that means.
I know it's gone.
Well, that's quite interesting then, when you know what... Yeah, I didn't know that it just flashed, stayed on, and...
Yeah.
They were doing it in York and I didn't quite know what the readings were. Pete even. 42 you got to. And the way I asked it, we might have seemed peculiar about your earthly body, but we know that spirits did something, I don't know, something flashed over there. Oh, the torch.
Yeah.
Peter, how many spirits are here? It seems quite crowded tonight. Is that 9? Yes. Okay. Well, Pete, if you can get them to form a queue while I'm talking to you. Yeah, the reason that I said it like that was because we know that you have multiple reincarnations as human energy. Yes. What number are you on now? How many lives have you lived on Earth? 5. And how many lives do we have on Earth, in your opinion? 7. Reincarnate 7 times because you have 8, don't you?
Yeah.
You have 8 lives. Alright, so you think we only have 7? Oh, go on. Yeah, okay.
So it means like, in a way, you die 7 times.
Yeah.
But you're born 8. Something like
Yeah,
that.
there's one on either side. So.
Yeah.
And can you tell me about one of your other lives? You must remember them. What was your favourite? What was your name of your favourite one? A N N I Annie. Yes. Okay, get some energy, that's good. I like the idea of being both sexes. Makes sense to me.
I wonder if that's random or if it's like you get 3 of one and 4 of the other. Is it random what sex you come back as?
Yes. Well, do we have a say in that? Do we get to choose, maybe? Did you get to choose? No. So how long do you think it'll be, years-wise, if you can tell me that, before you come back in another earthly body for your 6th time? I guess what I'm asking is... Yeah, I guess what I'm asking is, do you have a say? Do you come back when you want? Yes. And do you have any plans to come back at the moment? Torch?
No.
You not got any plans then? No. It's a lot of energy. What do you do? You know, what do you do? I guess you don't have day and night cycles the same, but what do you do to pass the time when you're dead? E? N? E? R? G? Y? Energy. You're just energy. Feelingless? Memoryless? Do you visit family? Old families? So do you hear my voice when I'm doing protection? Do you hear my invitation? Do you see the light that it travels on?
What you just said then, like, do you visit old family? It's like, you're only visiting family from that life, so once you come back onto your next life, is that all memory of your other life gone? So say like,
You get wiped, don't you? Memory
So-
wiped.
you could be sat waiting and praying and hoping for somebody to come back in your family to get a message or whatever, but because they've gone on to the next life,
Yeah,
you're just never going to get that.
exactly. Exactly. Because it seems like the new biological brain
Yeah.
doesn't have
No.
the memories unless you see these children
Yeah.
who get
That's
some
what I
fragment.
Yeah.
They're like, I
Until they-
remember
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Because they stop talking about it usually after the age of about between 6 and 8.
So is it kind of like a thing like if you go to spirit with what you feel is almost like unfinished business? Can you almost hang around there and not move on until you feel you've guided, enough?
Yeah, until you've settled your business. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah. Because you know you're going to be brain wiped, don't you?
yeah.
I mean, we've worked that out on this side, but
Do you not think that makes sense then why a lot of hauntings are like either jilted brides or women that the husband's meant to have come back from war and he hasn't and stood in a window longing for them? Like if they can't get over that feeling in the afterlife and they want to
So you mean
hold
like
on to that
hauntings
person,
of
yeah.
many years?
Yeah,
You know,
and they've just
it's,
not
it's
been able
almost
to
like
move
a
on.
sad dark story that's keeping them in it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you never hear of somebody in Elizabethan times, say, or whatever, who had a really happy life, but they're still hanging around because of it. Somebody's always hanging around because it's got that sadness trail
Yeah.
to it, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking one time, maybe in this last session, that emotions were a very strong factor in their energy. What they're like, they feed off the sadness, they feed off the actual emotional levels. Yes.
Okay. I feel like we've learnt something.
Yeah. So when people are miserable and down, they often have negative energies, you know, can prey upon them because they're giving out all this emotion, you know, being leached off by these ghosts what need energy to perform.
And they want them to feel sad all the time because
Yeah.
that's their host, if you will.
Yeah. The parasites in a sense.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Now that's probably even the good ones. They need
I
energy.
suppose that almost says to you though, that like if you've had relatives who've been dead a while, you almost don't want them to come and visit you.
Because
you
you
want to have felt that they've gone over happy and moved on.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's
But
also
then
that
you spend a lot of time just praying and hoping that they do
Yeah.
come fit. It's a double-edged sword.
it is
almost, isn't it?
double-edged.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course most people don't consider this conversation. do
No, no.
they? You just think there's one life, one
You look
death.
at it for your own needs almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But we've also, what was my second point going to be? We're talking about energy and people going over, and I'm not jogging my memory, but there was another factor of why. Oh, because life is a lesson, but that's from the livings aspect in it. The dead could come over and give us loads of insight and help, but then you don't learn, do you?
No.
If you did make exams, it's like,
She
what
won't be a
benefit does she? What benefit does she get out of learning that? She doesn't. Yeah, you've got to let people. I mean, you learn more from mistakes, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the spiritual growth and the levels of the aura colours we have. They've spoke about before. When you kill somebody, you. It said when you kill someone, that's a real big change. And I agree. The spirit's agreeing. Pete's agreeing. That your aura colour changes. Can you tell us what aura colour Megan has, please? P U R P L E. Purple. We have had a purple before,
I think Jane was purple, weren't she?
perhaps. Can you tell us what purple indicates, or is that far too redundant a question? Is there something you can tell us why it's purple and what that indicates? I guess not. But it seemed like it means more than just a quick, snappy.
Does your aura
Thing.
change?
It changes through spiritual growth and the learning.
So your colour goes with your level?
Well, no, sorry, I didn't mean level like that.
Right.
The progress, you know, when you come to realisation, and it might be through a bad
so
experience.
you could be blue now, but you being people.
If I murder someone, I'd be so different afterwards.
Yeah.
That would be a distinct
Right,
colour
okay.
change.
Yeah.
But there must be other things. If you've
Yeah.
truly fallen in love, I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
All the things that we, you know, going through a divorce, I guess, changes you. You know, ups and downs, isn't there? Having a child,
Yeah.
losing a child, these things are going to break you
Yeah.
and change you out there. But you learn, don't you? Once you've had that experience, somebody who hasn't had that experience, you're not like them, are you? Sorry, Pete. You've nodded along with us. Thank you so much. But I'm glad that you agreed, because the point is, if you didn't, we could talk about that. So did you have children? I mean, God, I guess over your lives, you've probably had many children. Yeah, you've actually given birth and been a father as well, I imagine. Yeah.
That's so cool.
So what's the youngest you died at? Is that 9 or 9? It's all 0, that's 9, correct? So the youngest you died of at 9. What did you die of when you were 9? Let's start with that. E. S. T. O. N. S. T. S. N. I. What?
I'm gonna let that picture on.
Estonia?
Estonia?
I think it was Estonia.
I think so. Estonia's a place, right? Okay. Well, that was your answer. B. A. A lot of energy. T. B. A. T. T. Okay.
This is where I wish I knew history.
Yeah. Battle of Estonia. Interesting. Can you give us a year? Because we would love to find that out to be correct. What year was the Battle of Estonia? 1? 7? Oh. 1700. S.
Oh, 1700s.
1700s. Right. Internet. Tell me when the Battle of Estonia was, please.
That's why I love the TikTok thing on.
Yeah, you make your own. You can make your own board. Yes, I find that better because there's a lot of things bad with the other board. 1918, the Battle of Estonia. There's one answer. I'm going to go over to YouTube and get another cross-reference. Is anyone? Nobody is watching my YouTube.
Guys, get on the TV.
What? Go on. Battle of Estonia, I want to know if you can find anything. The spirit said 1700s, 1940, 1939. So...
That's World War
Sorry.
II.
Right, Pete. Okay. Maybe there was another one. So your earliest death, you died at 9 years old due to a battle, maybe not of Estonia, but a battle to Estonia. Yeah. So, yes, he says. Okay. So, of all your lives you've lived, what was the oldest you lived to? Nine. 8. 98. That's a fair range then. Yes. Yes. So, have you seen the beings of pure light that spirits tell us about on your side? Can you tell us their purpose? Give us a word to describe what they do in a nutshell. E. N. S. H. E. N. S. H. N. R. I. Enshrine. It is a word. To enshrine, to put someone...
Is that like a form of protecting somebody?
Yes. Right, guys. Definition of enshrine, please.
I suppose really that's almost like protection, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the guardians, angels, what we talk about, isn't it?
Yeah.
After reincarnated. Yeah, things are probably the you can't see live on YouTube.
F.
I'll try again then.
FP.